Thanks, Vinod, for keeping us actively engaged. Now we move on to the last speaker of the session, Mr. Meenakshi Sundaram. I know him quite well because he's my neighbor. He sits in the same campus where I sit in, so I often come across to him. He's the CTO of Amalgamations Components Group and CEO of IPL Shaw Solutions Private Limited. Mr. Meenakshi has a master's in operations management and bachelor's in mechanical engineering, both from BITS Pilani. He also holds certifications in robust engineering green belt and Six Sigma black belt and Shane in red X problem solving. His technical career contribution involves many companies, including GE and Delphi, both in the US and then here. Then Hinduja Tech, that's the other company he worked, and then he moved on to Amalgamations. Currently, he is the Chief Technology Officer of the Amalgamation Components Group and the CEO of IPL Shaw Solutions Private Limited, as I mentioned. Once again, NIQR takes pride in presenting Meenakshi for this session to all of you, and I welcome him on the dais, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Gigi. And I'm very happy to share the dais here. Thank you, NIQR team and my colleagues and friends and my mentors who are here. Before I start with that, today where we are, a current state, right? We are in a position in India and the world that IC is there. We have to move into an hybridization, and we are into electrification already. And alternate fuels, hydrogens, everything, right? Autonomous vehicles, IoT, robotics, autonomous, and you name it is there. So can I request everybody, this is a group, and outside a bigger group, is working on all of this and having a mindset change and a continuous learning. A big round of applause for ourselves, please. A big round. And we are definitely not going to say we need a mindset change. The mindset change is already there. All we are trying to find is how can we excel. So where to excel, what is the goal? Are we going to beat China? We don't need to be. Do we want to be sustainable in India? Yeah, that is what we think we should do. The kind of GDP variations, they have 30 trillion to a 5 trillion economy. We don't want to beat them. All we want to know is, morning Dr. Sumantran said, can we use our own localized products, be self-sufficient, and move further would be the greatest way to go. And how quality and innovation can help us. I'm trying to throw some points which I'm also going to learn from you today. Thank you so much. Let's start. So the mindset change, right? Already there. The mindset change is already there. All we are trying to do is higher value creation, like how iPhone came in and then took over Nokia. The only thing is innovation. The only thing common is innovation. So when we talk about mindset change and where we need to be focusing on, in product development stage, we go back to concept to launch, raw material to delivery, order to cash. In all these three areas, there are three things common, I think. One is people. Number two is quality is common. Number three is innovation. We need to make innovations in product. We need to make innovation in process. We must make innovation in business models. That's where we are here for. Ultimately, we need to make money and make it sustainable. So all these three areas put together, the innovation which has to come in front, and earlier when you said decades ago, quality was helping innovation to move further. Probably now the innovation is helping quality to move further. That's what I would like to say in this slide. Let me also look at my notes. Yeah, from compliance to creativity. When we started with the quality actions in every company, many other speakers have spoken. We are trying to make it to conformance standards. That was the only thing which we were doing. Now I think we have gone into creativity. We don't need to stop anywhere. How many people are making balloon drawings now, right? It's been automated. How many of us are doing process capability, graph sheets, CPK? Everything is done IoT. So now we leave all of those mundane things, and how are we going to make a creative solution to the end customer so that he comes and says, wow. That's what is left out with us now. Now, quality culture, why do we need a culture? Why can't we just do with 4 or 5 people together? Put together a team, bring in a task team, bring in a war room, we just do that. Why do we need culture? So in my view, the culture is very important to bring a large people together. As we easily bond together, we easily work together with them, we give and we take in culture. So that is why we believe that the quality culture should be innovation driven. So we give the innovation, we get the innovation, we give something, we take something. So that is what is going to pull us to the next level. So role of quality in innovation or innovation and quality both go hand in hand. So as I said before, quality has given us a lot of innovation in view of continuous improvements. Kaizen, as morning Suzuki-san also said that. So what we are trying to do is how can we bring in a smaller innovation which will help the quality to progress to the highest level. So what is the highest level? It's only customer wow. The customer must say that it is the best one. So, and I would also say excellence is a journey. That's gone now. I would say every step is excellence. You can see Huawei, you can see Chang'an, you can see Xiaomi, everybody's making cars because people wanted to feel car like a phone. So they are moving into excellence. So every step we should be having an excellence, and it's not a journey, it's going to become a part and parcel of life. So key pillars, all I wanted to say, all of that we know, only one, collaboration. Collaboration and openness. We have to collaborate with everybody. There are collaborations happening with competition. What else we want to see, right? There are collaborations happening with a cell phone company and a car company. There are collaborations happening with competition within a given area of work. So let's collaborate. That's one major thing I would like to say here. So benefits, what do we get? Let me drive innovation. Let me drive quality through innovation. What am I going to get? Probably sustainable growth and competitiveness. Right? All others are given. We must give right product. We must give the product which is viable to the customer. Everything is okay. But doing an innovation-driven quality culture, I'm sure we would get a sustainable growth. Sustainability is very, very, very important because as we look at our life today, we must keep the planet safe for our next generation. So sustainable growth and competitiveness is we are going to get through innovation. That could be any level of innovations which we get into. So when we come back a little bit on technology, right, leveraging technology for quality and innovation, what technology we might do, right? It's, as we said, this team and outside team and today's world has seen everything. We are seeing lighthouse factories where there is no manpower, it's only robo are working and we are controlling from outside in a control room or in a war room, whatever you want to call it as, or in a dashboard-based approach. There is nobody. There are at least 6 or 7 factories in India. There are not a single employees around. It's all robo-managed like pharmaceutical. There are gear manufacturing. They're all available. So what do we get with that? Let's make wherever possible an innovation. So what kind of quality will be there? Who is monitoring the quality here? Who is checking the part? Who is giving deviation? There is no rule. There is no rule of deviation here. It's all made to print. It's all made to specification. It's all controlled with processes. And so the robots are doing what has been said. What is said, it's doing. So everything is in pipeline. So we are working in this kind of area now, this kind of era, right? So in lighthouse factories, we are getting into, we can make products which are quality conscious and which are quality driven. For sure, we can do in every other place. Now, some examples in engine, right? How quality is a little bit improved in engine. Because I'm a powertrain guy, probably I can speak a couple of words on that. Number one, we used to do engine testing for 19-20 minutes, take out the check sheet, go to the boss, discuss with him, power met, torque not met, power met, SFC not met. So we discussed everything together. We have come up with that age. Then second, right now we have hybrids, right? We have hybridization possible. How are we going to test the engine? We are not firing the engine today for testing. Probably all of them are done motored. You motor the engine, pick up all the sensor signals, put it in an IoT dashboard, you get the results right, the engine is passed. Probably per day, 5 or 6 engines are being tested in most of the factories. So we are moving in a quality also. No need to ensure the quality. You only make sure that the quality is available in product. We don't need to ensure. Nobody is controlling here. It's all empowered. You have the process right, the product is right, and verify them. Probably we have gone more than assurance, from a control to assurance to right now process control, and I would say it's little more than that now with all the new age and technology. And finally, when I don't speak about semiconductor, so there may not be anything, right? So currently we are also being asked to do electronics, self-sustained electronics in India. Let's bring in semiconductors. There's a lot of investment going on from public partnership and private partnerships. So what can we do in quality in semiconductor area? We all are going to learn together. There is no semiconductor factory which is in India right now. Probably a small amount of OSATs are available. So I am very proud to say that I've been given an opportunity to do for the past 9-10 months on semiconductor. Visited more than 4-5 countries, 12 to 15 factories, whether starting from fab, as you see fab, and then OSAT and ATMP. There are 3 levels of semiconductors available. Either we can do fab production, which Tata is doing in a big way. You will see OSAT, Murugappa Group is doing in a big way. And you would see ATMP, which I would say Tata Electronics and Fluxtronics, everyone is doing. So what kind of quality thinking has to be there? We don't know anything. So we are going to learn, we are going to do it together. We are going to employ a lot of digitization, employ a lot of IoT, everything is going to go into that. It's all going to be data-driven. So there is no discussion whether this is right or that is right. The data is going to tell us whether this is right or wrong. So in view of semiconductor, it's all going to be process-driven. I would say 99%. So probably 1 or 2% we are going to ensure by our own visual checks, and which are very obvious problems, which we don't want to have. So in the current age, we are learning, and innovation is pushing the quality to change. This is one of the examples. So, finally, my summary is technology driving innovation and driven quality culture. For sure, we all agree to that. Let's focus on it. Collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. That's the only thing which is going to happen. We collaborate with suppliers, we collaborate with the equipment providers, we collaborate with the inspection tool providers, our jigs and fixture providers, everyone. We collaborate with them. And then automation. We must do automation as much as possible. The decision must be taken automatically. We are not going to discuss, so it should be taken. Then I think we are in the right track. And thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Good evening to all. மாற்றம் ஒன்றே மாறாதது, மாற்றம் முன்னேற்றம் தரும். Changes will improve. Small changes will become a small case, and after that big improvement will be. Okay, this is accepted. It is also small SME companies. Small improvements அதை ஏன் ஒரு OEM கொண்ட டயர் பண்ணோம் இல்லை, it will take time to acceptable. அதாவது ஒரு ஃபோரம் சேஞ்சை ஒரு இமீடியட்டாக வித்தின் ஒரு வீக் ஆர் 15 days ஆர் 1 month ஆர் 2 months குயிக்காக அக்செப்ட் பண்ணுறது டிலே ஆக இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் எப்படி கிடைக்கும்? இது என்னுடைய ஒரு கன்செப்ட் அஸ் எ குவாலிட்டியாக. ஸோ ஓஇஎம் இருக்கட்டும், டயர் ஒன் சப்ளைஸ், ஓஇஎம்ஸ். ஸோ இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் வேணும், அந்த கேசன்ஸ் வேணும், இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் வேணும் அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லாருடைய எதிர்பார்ப்பு, எல்லாருடைய இதுவும் எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன். பட் இந்த எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன் ஃபுல்ஃபில் பண்ணிட்டு வி ஆர் ரெடி அஸ் ஏ ஸ்மால் ஸ்கேல் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, மீடியம் ஸ்கேல் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி, லார்ஜ் ஸ்கேல் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. பட் இந்த ஓஇஎம்ஸ் ஒரு சேலஞ்சிங்காக எடுத்துக்க, ஒரு சேலஞ்சிங்காக அக்செப்ட் பண்ணி அதை இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் பண்ணி அதை ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணி அதை ஒரு கொண்டு வரதுக்கு ரெகுலரைஸ் பண்ணுறது இட் வில் டேக் சம் டைம். ப்ளீஸ், திஸ் இஸ் மை
should I answer your question?
Members present here. My question is an extension to the MSME question on my colleague put up. You're talking about digitization. All of us understand that it's very important that we move towards digitization. But you have to tell us where is the priority. End-to-end digitization is one, and making end-to-end digitization one go is a costly affair, or should we start off somewhere and then end up into the entire supply chain or into the entire production chain? I request Mr. Leo, you can just enlighten us on this important thing. We know it is very important, but also it is cost involved. So where should be the start off? Thank you.
Thank you. Say example, if you are having kind of more import content, there are certain OEMs who do CKD assembly. For them, it may be more than 80% as well. And it depends on the kind of product we are having. It varies between 70 to 80% level, and predominantly industry average we can say it's 75%. And over the years it's reducing through our continuous efforts in value engineering and cost innovation. We are reducing that percentage. I hope I've answered your question, right?
Good evening to all. மாற்றம் ஒன்றே மாறாதது, மாற்றம் முன்னேற்றம் தரும். Changes will improvement. Small changes will become a small case, and அப்புறம் bigger than after that நல்ல big improvement கொடுக்கக்கூடியது. Okay, this is accepted. It is also small SME companies. Small improvements அதை ஏன் ஒரு OEM இல்லை டயர் ஒன்னோ இல்லை it will take time to acceptable. அதாவது ஒரு ஃபோரம் சேஞ்சை ஒரு இமீடியட்னா வித்தின் ஒரு வீக் ஆர் 15 days ஆர் 1 month ஆர் 2 months குயிக்காக அக்செப்ட் பண்ணுறது டிலே ஆக இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் எப்படி கிடைக்கும்? இது என்னுடைய ஒரு கன்சர்ன் as a குவாலிட்டியாக. ஸோ ஓஇஎம் இருக்கட்டும், டயர் ஒன் சப்ளையர்ஸ், ஓஇஎம்ஸ். ஸோ இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் வேணும், இந்த கெய்சன்ஸ் வேணும், இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் வேணும் அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லாருடைய எதிர்பார்ப்பு, எல்லாருடைய இதுவும் உண்டு, எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன். பட் இந்த எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷனை ஃபுல்ஃபில் பண்ணுறதுக்கு வி ஆர் ரெடி as a small scale industry, medium scale industry, large scale industry. பட் இந்த ஓஎம்ஸ் வந்து ஒரு சேலஞ்சிங்காக அதை ஒரு சேலஞ்சிங்காக அக்செப்ட் பண்ணி அதை இம்ப்ரூவ்மெண்ட் பண்ணி அதை ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணி அதை வந்து கொண்டு வரதுக்கு வந்து ரெகுலரைஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இட் வில் டேக் சம் டைம். ப்ளீஸ், திஸ் இஸ் மை கன்சர்ன்.
Should I answer your question? I do understand the concern which you are facing. Please do understand the problem which OEMs are also having. Any small change. Generally, as you are aware, the PPAP approval, where we fix the forum condition. Any change with respect to the forum condition, we are having a lengthy process for approval. Even in certain cases, we have to do the engine validation and we have to run vehicle durability to the extent of 1 lakh kilometer as well. Because finally, we are responsible for the final quality of the product which our customer enjoy. So this process, it takes time. And as a OEM, we are very stringent on this aspect so that there will not be any compromise on the quality. That's the one reason which I have experienced for the delay in any change approvals. Obviously, we do appreciate the kind of interest you are taken for doing change for the cost improvement or quality improvement. This is the concern from the OEM side. But I have seen other side also. Big delays are happening because of the lengthy supply chain. You may be a tier 2 or tier 3 supplier. The change has to be applied in your next level tier 2, and he has to again put it in a tier 1, and it has to reach the OEM level. Each tier has their own validation process, and it's taking time. But obviously, I strongly believe if we are having a close communication and good relationship and frequent contacts, definitely these kind of issues can be addressed. Unfortunately, as a OEM, we have very less chance to interact with the down the level tier vendors. But obviously, we understand your concern, and obviously we are working on improving the lead time for such approvals. Thank you.
Vinod, I will add something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First of all, I could not understand whether it was a question or it is kind of order. No, you are taking too much of time, reduce the time. No, that is how I felt it. It's a very good feedback which happens. Which
Sir,
is
can
true.
I, if you don't mind?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm here, yeah.
No. Can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
No, I am answering to the previous question.
Okay.
Please ask after I close it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I fully agree. There are gaps in that. One way to plug the gap is that you always think of innovation, improvement, thereby improving your process and managing your cost well, always with respect to the final product. I think there are a lot of scope as well internally where you can continue to improve, where you don't have to ask anyone to approve. And that approach I feel I see only in few suppliers. And second thing is that when they give the proposal, they give the proposal only. But if it is backed by test data or simulation data, then it gives that much confidence to accept it. And third thing, like Vinod said, once we build a rapport on and confidence, I think the process of approval becomes that much faster. All these things combined, put together, if it relates to environment, it will take that much longer time. If it relates to homologation, it will take much more longer time, what kind of improvement, but what you said that it takes time, it has to be reduced, I accept, but it has to come from both the sides.
See, my question to the Chinese guys were same only. How do they manage change and how can they come up with the quick products? This was asked to two people. One is Lifan, the company which is taken over by Geely, and another company which is Chang'an. They said we don't do any change. We try to make excellent product, we launch it, then every year we are coming up with the refresh models, we bring in all the change. So every 1 year they could come up with all the learning together, put in, and do a launch of a new model. unless there is a field issue. Only the recall is a concern for them. Otherwise, they are just coming up with refresh models every year. So we will also soon go there. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. First of all, thank you all for taking your time and coming and enlightening us on your experiences and sharing your good processes to the members present here. My question is on an extension to the MSME question my colleague put up. You're talking about digitization. All of us understand that it's very important that we move towards digitization. But you have to tell us where is the priority. End-to-end digitization is one, and making end-to-end digitization at one go is a costly affair, or should we start off somewhere and then end up into the entire supply chain or into the entire production chain? I request Mr. Vinod if you can just enlighten us on this important thing. We know it is very important, but also it is cost involved. So where should be the start off? Thank you.
Thank you. I do understand your concern. See, generally, from our side, what we say, otherwise, my suggestion to you is, you just see what is the pain point of your customer. Okay, see, you need to prioritize that pain point, and we have to address. Obviously, any digitalization, it attracts cost. See, over the year, once you ramp up the scale, definitely, it will give a benefit to you in turn. But the initial stage, yes, it's going to be, a costly affair, especially for the tier 2, tier 3 suppliers who are in MSME thing. So there, I suggest, prioritize that based on your pain points of your customer, and look for a long-term perspective. See, it may not be cost break-even thing within a first year or so. Definitely in long term, you just see, we are in this industry, and we are going to come up with the multiple models, and our volumes are going to increase year by year. See, factor those things and take a call on this digitalization.
Thank you.
I'm Rari here from Accurate Sales and Services. We are providing the solution for digital market, digital quality, totally digitization of quality. So as he told, because I came up, because he asked about the cost of digitization, we found that, and we are supporting many industries for digitization of complete quality control management. So it is not so costly what people feel. Is very reasonable prices are there we can put. We always feel that digitization will cost very high. I hope that we can do digitization within our budget. What you feel about that?
Yeah, see, actually, the kind of effort you are putting on digitalization, similarly, we do in-house digitalization also. See, for us, benchmark is like, your ROI should be within 2 years. See, this is the guideline which we have set internally in our organization, where we could see many of these projects are passing through that guideline. So that much potential digitalization is having. Definitely, it will give a benefit for you. And that's a 2-year ROI something, which is a general market trend.
I like to request the audience here, they can interact with us, and we provide very cheap quality. As far as digitization quality area is there, and quality management, definitely we are here to provide the solutions.
Hello? No, thank you for all this. I think there seems to be a miscommunication here. The gentleman was talking about digitization. He was answering for the digitalization. Both are two different things. Digitization is making a manual paperwork to digitizing. Digitalization is the automation of those things into digital world. So I think he was answering more for digital one, whereas it was more for digitization. I mean, I don't know whether I stand clear. Also, okay, because you have been mentioning digitization, but he was answering, okay, so fine. If it's an automation with digitalization, yeah, then it's fine.
Sir, I have a question. Please go ahead. Hello. Hello. Sir, can I put a question? So we are OEM tier 2 for the past 30 years. I have one question. Do you have to supply the quality product, or do you have to maintain the documents that we are supplying the quality product? Which is important?
Sorry, I don't understand. Can you repeat, please?
We are tier 2 OEM suppliers. what is important to supply the quality products or to maintain the documents that we supply the quality products as
Okay.
by IITF.
See, I do understand things. See, generally, I have seen...
And we don't have even one quality issue the past 20 years. Is it important or to maintain a documentation that we supply the quality products, which is important? And we are a small MSME.
Okay, just to answer your question, I cannot directly answer this question, but indirectly, I can share my experience.
Yeah, please.
See, you have seen the foundry industry. This is one of the mother industry. Okay, generally, way back 1 decade before, when I was handling castings and forging, I could see industry veterans were there. See, anything, no, just they go and immediately analyze the problem and they will solve. Everything is in their plan by virtue of their experience. See, of late, slowly, this industry could not able to attract the talents because of its own disadvantage on working condition and all. And later, at one stage of my career, because I handled predominantly casting commodities, I could see a big vacuum in the industry. If there is any problem, people were struggling to find the solution because the old people have not documented it and they were operating based on their virtue of their experience. And that gap was there. So thing is that yes, we have to do the improvement fast and it has to be documented also. Both things should go hands-on and then only you can able to do justice and whatever you are doing, it will be sustainable. So please don't think on the short term. On the long term, this is going to help your organization and let us do that hands-on and in the faster way. That's my answer to your question, and I have literally a very good experience in this aspect, especially related to the casting industry, like a decade back.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. My name is Pandian. I am from Kadir Sudhir Automation India Private Limited. I'm a small I'm running a micro unit. I love quality with innovation, but considering the on-time delivery, generally we are getting from our customer, எங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கிற டைமே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கடைசியில் அவங்களோட ப்ராடக்ட் டெவலப்மெண்ட்டில் கடைசியில் தான் எங்களுக்கு கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஸோ அந்த டைமில் நாங்கள் முடிக்கணும். ஸோ குவாலிட்டியோட டைம், குவாலிட்டி செக்கிங்க்கான டைமே நாங்கள் வந்து மினிமைஸ் பண்ணுறதா இருக்குது. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிற கேசஸில் அஸ் அ மைக்ரோ இண்டஸ்ட்ரி பிஸ்னஸ் ஓனர் நான் என்ன பண்ணணும் சார்? குவாலிட்டி வித் இனோவேஷன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நான் என்ன பண்ணணும் சார்? வாட் ஆர் த பிரைமரி ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் நான் கன்சிடர் பண்ணணும் சார்? தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் சார்.
I do appreciate your concern. See, generally, I also experienced this. Like as a OEM, we used to have a target timeline for developing the components and the cost and other quality factors. And it is directly imposed on the tier 1 supplier. In turn, they put it back to tier 2 and tier 3. See, what I have experienced is like, as a OEM, we give actual reasonable time. See, in my experience, we never had an unreasonable time. No, we are giving that. See, what's happening, the inefficiency in the tier level. Say, example, if there is any delay or issues at the tier 1 or tier 2 level, and they consume a lot of time, and finally they push, or they ask the tier 3 or tier 4 suppliers to do the things faster to cover up their delays. This is what happening, but otherwise, please believe me, we give a reasonable time for development. We don't believe in pushing things with unreasonable time. We also know that if you fail, we are going to fail. But only thing, as I said, the inefficiency, the system is pushed back to the down the tier level. That's the one thing, issue. We have also experienced definitely as a supply chain responsible person, we should address that. Definitely we will address these issues. Thank you.
One question, sir. Sir, last one question.
Yeah, I think the questions are closed, I suppose, right? I just want to add what Vinod said. That is a real problem because of various reasons that time gets squeezed and the date of launch is already fixed. So even though you say that it is a micro industry, there are a lot of ways you can collaborate with the people like through NIQR or through with the IIT. A lot of technology is available to simulate everything virtually and keep it ready. And I think most of the foundry guys are doing using the Magma software solutions, get the product right on the first time. That will help. I am not telling that it is going to cost a lot. It is not, like somebody mentioned here, no, technology is not costly now. I think you should look at that option also, of always looking for technology to give the delivery. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Am I audible? Yeah. Thank you, speakers. Thank you, audience, for such a wonderful attention. I'm sure some of you will still have a very valuable questions, but I think you can reach out to the speakers through office bearers of NIQR. They will be able to answer your questions better. So just to summarize, Mr. Sarangarajan talked more about service innovation other than other things. From TAFE's perspective, the service innovations and others. Hyundai, from Hyundai's perspective, product supply chain innovations and quality-driven aspects they have done. And Meenakshi covered completely about his experience on semiconductors and other industries and associations. So now, I don't want to enunciate the points that they've already covered. It will be a repetitiveness. So what I want to say is, what is the status today? When you're in business, you are already in the race. You cannot stay there. You have to be in the race. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, if somebody asked me what is in the race, some of the companies said, we want to be number one in the business that we operate upon. We want to have the largest market share. That's the other. Somebody says, I want to be better than the rest. I want to give the quality the best. All these have become cliché today. You have to say, you have to be unique. Continue to be unique. Unless you are unique, you cannot be. Competition convergence makes your product a commodity, because what's available to you, the machine, manpower, technology, access to market, everything has become so simple, so the competition convergence will make you offer a commodity product, so therefore you have to be unique. That is what is all about. All of us told me a few years ago it's an VUCA world. So they explained me it's a volatility, all that, but I didn't really understand, okay? But when the Trump came to power, I understood it's a real VUCA world. Okay, when people mention, in fact, he mentioned Trump, I have to chuckle some myself, because every day we wake up, take a newspaper, we'll have to wait for what he's going to. Somebody is asking me, in fact, I was mentioning in another meeting that, what is going to be next? What does the economists say? What does the mint say? When the kids are not doing too well in a typical South Indian context, we only say get a horoscope and check with an astrologer. That's what I think from a White House, if somebody can give an astrology of Trump, we can check with a good astrologer to know what he's going to do next. So that's the innovation. What? Yeah. So all this, how does this innovation, see, the topic is very clear, the quality, innovation-driven quality, okay? How does this innovation come into? It comes to you not by plan, it's out of crisis. When there's a crisis, we innovate. When there's a squeeze of resources, we innovate. It's not by induction, it's not by plan, it's not by anything else, it's a crisis. So what is this? You have to look out for the crisis and then innovate. Or create a crisis, mental crisis, and say there is a crisis, therefore how do I innovate and make a quality product? Question everything. Make a zero budget. So we talked about zero-based budgeting. We go back to zero and then start. Question everything. When you say there is a quality equipment, this is the methodology, this is the process, question everything. Is it still staying relevant to us? Is this the way we have to do? Is it what that customer wants? If you don't question that, innovation can never happen. We will always believe, if you look at from the quality perspective, you'll say it's been done for 20 years. It's a proven technology. We have to follow this. We can't afford to miss it. Then where does the innovation come? You have to question everything. Go back to zero. Are we doing everything which is irrelevant? That is this. How do we bring innovative culture into the company? It should be with the customer-centric approach. First, customer comes first. When you have a customer-centric approach, innovation automatically happens. How do we do? Just by making customer-centric, we've always been supplying to Hyundai, we've been supplying to TAFE, we've been supplying to, we're customer-centric. They give us a drawing. We just have to do it. It's very clear. Innovation-driven, which means product is theirs, but innovation-driven. Customer-centric is actively listen to the customers. Underline the word, actively listen to the customers. Customer will somewhere here, supply chain manager would say, we need the price reduction by 20%, 10%. We want to be competitive in the business. So we want some suppliers to support. That's actively listening. He may not tell you to reduce the price. He says, I'm facing the heat of the competition. I may lose out market share, By actively listening to it, you know you have to innovate your process and make him affordable. Only then you stay in the business, you be a leading supplier to him. So nobody will tell you. Cost effectiveness, any innovation, you have to draw it and say, is it cost effective? It is relevant. That is what we have to do. Sometimes, German, the problem is over-engineering. We call this word called Germans are over-engineering. More relevant today. You may be inspecting some parameter which is no longer required, but you've been doing it for 20 years. That's why I said question everything. Is it relevant? Then the innovation automatically comes in. Innovation towards customer-centric. In the process, you save time, you save money, you save technology. You do everything something innovative. That's it. So how do we innovate? How do we do this in the part of organization? Bring this as the core value of organization. Say like a quality, there's those days. You also bring an innovation is the core part of our organization. Make it a pride of organization. Don't say how many products we have launched. You say how many processes we have innovated, how many products we innovated. 3M is a company which you have to do it. GE, no longer, 3M. Look at the companies which have been innovating all through, still staying in the business because they thought about innovation a long time ago, even before all these people came into the business. Pride of it. And leadership should be involved. The CEO should be involved. And his review should be on innovation, not on just numbers. Just not on number crunching. He should be involved in a meeting, specific meeting, say, what have we innovated today? That's going to push the company towards it. Otherwise, innovation will take this back seat. Okay, people are happy with what they're doing. Only 10 years later, they'll realize they're no longer in the business. So leadership has to be it. To make customers happy, all that we have to do. And what will not work? Collaborative approach. Normally, if the innovation-driven quality comes of the innovation, who are the first people to dose it? Marketing will say customer will not agree. Manufacturer will say this cannot be made manufactured. HR will say we can't find people for all this. So it's got to be a collaborative approach. Every division has to be brought in. That's why I said leadership should be brought in and say all of us are part of innovation. We got to innovate. So that collaborative approach should be there. What should not be there? If your KRA is linked to innovation, nobody will innovate. Because if you fail, my KRA, KPA will take a beating. So we must say, set the short-term and long-term to goal people and say your KRA, KPA is nowhere linked. Innovation will fail initially. Finally, it will succeed. If you want to succeed, you got to say there's no KRA, KPA into it. I want you to encourage to do innovation. That is what we do. Fear of failure should be out. Encourage people to be innovative, not only in quality, in everything. Quality will be automatic because quality has become an indispensable part of every business. It will automate that. Innovation will also become a part of business. India wants to be a superpower. Without quality innovation, it can't be done. It will certainly be done. Sometime when somebody conducts the same seminar in 2040, we'll say India is one of the greatest innovating country in the world. That's how we want to hear it. It may not be here, but maybe our kids will hear this. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.